For Christ the Lord has risen, our joy that hath no end. That's the Easter message. And our reading from the Bible today comes from Luke's Gospel. Last week we were looking at Mark's Gospel. Different accounts, same event, same empty tomb, same risen Christ, but each of the Gospels has its own slight slant. So it's helpful to look at the different versions and explore them on their own. And here is the first part of our reading for today, from Luke chapter 24, beginning at verse 36. While they were still talking about the reports that Jesus' body was not in his tomb, Jesus himself stood among the disciples in that upper room with the door locked, and said to them, "Peace be with you." They were startled and frightened, thinking that they saw a ghost. He said to them, "Why are you troubled? And why do doubts rise in your minds? Look at my hands and my feet. It is I myself. Touch me and see. A ghost does not have flesh and bones, as you see that I have." When he had said this, he showed them his hands and his feet. And while they still did not believe it because of joy and amazement, he asked them, "Do you have anything here to eat?" They gave him a piece of broiled fish, and he took it and ate it in their presence. Let's just pause for a moment. We'll come on to the next part of the story a bit later on. One thing that both Luke and Mark agree about is that Jesus' first message to his disciples was one of peace. That's very important, isn't it? We saw last week that the kind of peace that Jesus was talking about wasn't what we call peace often, the end of war or the end of fighting and disputes. What Jesus was talking about was an inner peace, because he thought that if people could reach that place of inner peace by knowing that God loves them, then they would help to build a true peace in the world around them and around us. That's the challenge. Do we really receive the Lord's love and find in it peace? So let's think about that and listen to another piece of music. It is a prayer, though you won't make out the words, I think they're in Latin. It's a prayer precisely asking God to give us peace. Here it is.